But as I'm sitting here looking at the current time that I'm recording this, I am trying to figure out what the best way to move forward is as we get a Dota World of Horror, and, well, that's a pretty normal run, but we're playing another character, so if nothing else, hey, let's get focused in and locked in. That being said, I did want to try and move back to another MMORPG, just to try it out, because I know there's a free... Basically, I think how it works, and those who know will probably know, although that's right, World of Horror, by the way. So as we get, I'll explain later for the sake of the timestamps here, but as we get into a Dota World of Horror custom character with 4 strength, 5 dexterity, 8 perception, 7 knowledge, 3 charisma, and I don't know how much luck. And we start with the ominous letter, but a bronze crucifix. Second mystery, dexterity, strength, Takshisan knowledge, and maybe a light check? Yeah, we are... I was looking at trying out a certain MMORPG game that I've played before, and if you've been with this channel a while, you know which one I'm talking about. But just based on what I'm about to explain, you probably know which one I'm talking about if you know the MMORPG in question. But basically, there is a free period, I think for like a month or two at least, where you can play for 72 hours for free, and that's pretty much all I have to say. Flood, Ramen, Scissors, Orphan, and you. But in those 72, basically, if I want to do any significant kind of progress, especially if I'm going to come back someday, then yeah, I should just put down a period where I can concentrate on that. Most likely a weekend, but then again, this current moment in time, I'm busy with other stuff. So you, Orphan, Scissors, Ramen, Flood. So I might as well just do... I'm probably going to do you third, but... Actually, can I? No, I can't. I have to do you first, because I'm going to be stuck in Flood and... I don't remember. I was just looking at it. Flood and Scissors, I think it was. But anywho. Yeah, I'd have to put down time. Time of which I don't have at the moment. But we'll see. We'll see as I get into probably the month of September. Hopefully I don't go into October without doing anything. But I guess we'll find out. Hospital, max threat level, high threat level, village, and max threat level mansion. And I have Flood, Scissors, and I am in you right now. I think I'm going to be visiting the village a few times. I know I have Ramen, but Ramen is just downtown, really, with 1 apartment. But you get the point. I think I'll, funny enough, set the village location, or the patrols to the village location. Even though, yes, I am visiting the hospital right now. If nothing else, I'll make a value bet against myself. No weapon but Ryoko. Can I get a weapon at all, please? No. So instead, we're gonna reroll. Fine, Meat Cleaver. Funny enough, this thing is blocking my stats, but hey, I'll just consider it more difficulty. Even though I don't really need to look at dexterity and perception, and even if a character is blocking your stats at certain points in time, through stat checks, you will be able to see how much of a stat you have anyway. And that is not an event. I was hoping that the event there's going to be a stat check that I could check, but hey, that didn't happen. So the variety gods have not blessed me that much. But anywho, otherwise, again, not really much else happening in real life right now. Again, I'm planning to do my research for at least the next 12-ish hours, but if I don't, well, sadness happens. So we have 8 perception, which I expect. I know we had high perception. I was really looking for the army knife, but don't want to spend too much doom waiting for it. So hey. But we do have Ryoko, so we could do like 12 damage per turn if we get good strength, which I like building into anyway, so to me it's not as bad. We'll trade off stamina if we run into out of funds, and off we go. So to note, those who've played the game where this custom character comes from might recognize basically these sprites, but alternatively, for the custom characters I made, I did try to keep them in their own style for the chibi sprites as well. Although, if you're given better art, or you make better art, either of those two, then you might as well just use the art that's tuned for World of Horrors, question mark? Actually, I don't remember now. But anywho, if you've played a certain custom character I've made, you know what I mean. If you don't, or if you have no idea who I could be mentioning, just know that I basically did... Do you want to call it... could you call it lazy? I mean, I did basically try to make the sprites as close as we're on timeline A. We can use these scissors here. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go for the scissors. Yeah, I tried to make these sprites as close as to the actual game that the custom character comes from. But again, if someone wants to give art or an idea or lore to me, I'll do my best to include it. Shrug, that's all I have to say at the moment. But as we continue onward here... yeah, 7 damage per turn, but it's not guaranteed. So now, I would like these scissors, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Not that hitting this would mean that much anyway, and we do have a bottle of water. Now, if I don't hit this, I'm a little sad, but I think we can just prep strong our way to victory. Yeah, we can. So, off we go. And I think the scissor lady just crumples. I might have to throw the bottle of water, but if we don't, then it should be fine. I maybe should hear out that event just to see what happens. I'm pretty sure you can fail and bad things happen, though, so... Shrug. But, oh, also, considering we have scissors and flood, my doom is going to be low anyway, so I shouldn't really be that torn up about my doom rising so high from illegal den rerolls, but as we sit here... I can get a Desperate Prep strong. The question is how much damage it'll do. I'm pretty sure it's... Actually, it's not as much as... Or it's 14 damage. 14 damage, 16 throw the bat, assuming I don't take double damage because the Scissor Lady doesn't want to do a special attack. But then I'm gambling on 22%, which is even worse. So... This is 9 damage. 9, 18... we can... I guess I might as well do this, question mark? Yeah, this is guaranteed. And blunt damage is the bonus damage you get against the Scissor Lady here, so there's no point really doing much else. I could just brace here instead. But the problem remains, I need to somehow get more damage. And then, if I miss this kick, it's going to be very, very, very bad. But... unless something spooky happens, I should be able to just tank this blow, so... We're going to do the same thing. Am I getting less damage here? Am I going crazy? Anywho, let's hope we don't somehow die here. And then we do Desperate Prep strong. And I think this is... yeah, this should be 14 damage. If it's not, I'm going to prep the wooden bat. But, anywho. We get the Cursed Scissors, and away we go. I'm doing... Oh my goodness, I accidentally moved the window. That's going to make the reset to the main screen a bit weird for me. But... we get more damage. We want more damage. We want more damage. If I had more accuracy, then I would not mind keeping the Meat Cleaver equipped. But because that's not the case, I cannot do that. Cigarettes and quick thinking. I mean, if you give me a perk that has to deal with funds or shopping in any way or shape or fashion, I'm just gonna assume it's for cigarettes. So, but anywho, I'm gonna take strength instead for the sake of bracing. I did not throw the bottle of water, so what we can do is get a bit more stamina. But my worry as we go into Flood is our reason, so that's why we're going to recover reason through our bath. And off we go. I, for some reason, tried to use the handcuffs. We want to use this bottle of water. And off to Flood we go. You could do Flood into Scissors. The problem with that is that you likely have low reason, because at the end, for those who don't know, just in case anyone's new to World of War here, yeah, you don't want to take Flood before Scissors, usually, because... If you're fighting the boss here, chances are your reason's going to drop below 8. And that can result in very bad things for Scissors, because you want to hope that your reason is at least 7, so that you can survive the blows that you're being dealt with to the Scissor Lady. Or maybe you just go run to the Ghost Ritual, and then you lose Bath afterward, and then the events hit you as... Again, keep in mind, the events are hitting you as well, most likely. So you're if that's a risk you're willing to take, fine, but it's not one that I'm willing to take. So, okay, if we can do this, that would be great. This is 23 damage? Yeah, because 11 times 2 plus 1 from Ryoko. And we're going to rest here twice for the sake of doing things. Because, while, yes, I can do Desperate Struggle with 2 stamina, it's just as likely I run into the forest here and lose 2 stamina. Shrug! But anywho, as we sit here and do our best... So, another way of looking at it is that I'm grabbing the Cursed Scissors... and hoping that the doom increase from this Cursed Scissors proccing on me is worth the scissors, the amount of doom I save by taking Scissors and Flood. Now, at some point, again, I won't... Let me just keep saying this, because this could be relevant later on. Also, you might hear background noises because of a thing, but... basically, if Flood changes so that when you rest here, doom scales upward, starting from 1. Just like Festival. Festival was also changed in that way. And that's all I have to say at the moment. We might as well do this. The reason you do what I did there is because you don't get any more damage from slapping something really hard. If you slap enemy B for 99 damage, you're not getting any other damage from that, basically. onto enemy A. Whereas if you spread out the damage, but at least you can still... If you do 2 attacks where one is going to defeat enemy B if it hits, you might as well do that, basically. Also, I might as well brace here as well. I could just throw something at this. Yeah, I could just throw the wooden bat. Might as well do that. So off we go. And prep strong. Hey, look at that. Now, whether or not we'll still survive this encounter or this run is to be determined. But let's see here. Also, there was a thing that happened earlier. I wonder if I even have a mystery. No, it's ramen. And even Akamanto wouldn't change. So basically, I was looking at a thing. We'll do Orphan now. I was looking at a thing on Discord, and I was wondering if it was correct, because I swear I have video footage at least twice of a thing happening, but maybe not. Also, pain, but I guess we just live with it. It's just dexterity for the moment, so I don't really care. Now, when we zero stat, I will care a lot more, but until that happens... Nice perception roll, by the way. We don't have any... We don't have anything. We don't have anything. We don't have anything. I might as well take it. Maybe I get to buy something, but no. Still yet to run into out of funds. Might as well roll on this. Nope, rolled a 12, so I just took 3 doom in the face. I'm pretty sure the right option is just guaranteed out, but anywho. I'm just really sad right now. So off we go. We're still going to trade off stamina if we run into out of funds. Did I ever prepare, by the way? I thought I did. I might as well do that. Yeah, I might as well do that then. But now my reason is a lot lower than I expect it to be. Well, no, it's not. So never mind. If we can get to our last mystery with 60% doom, I would feel a lot more... I would feel a lot cooler. Also, I think that doesn't look at your... I think I had 0 funds anyway, so all that happened is I gained 2 reasons. So hey, profit! But, as I sit here with 59% doom, yeah, unless a tragic accident occurs, or tragedy occurs... Also, I haven't been filling this empty bottle, have I? Well, sorry, but into ramen I go. And let's actually see. I think there's an event here in the apartment. Yeah, there should be an event here, but never mind. That's right. I have so many custom events that I'm likely not to run into the event I'm talking. It's Ito Sensei. The Ito Sensei event. The Junji Ito Sensei event. Anywho, off we go. And let's see what happens. Again, I'm trying to verify a thing, but if it doesn't get verified, shrug, I guess. And also this video, I guess we'll... No, I'm not going to say that, because I don't know if that's going to be true. So off we go. We should be cruising through this run, so I can talk about anything I want to talk about. Well, yeah, without further ado... oh my goodness, never mind. There could be a tragedy here. I could just run from this encounter, all things considered. Unless I want to go for a dodge. Can I even go for a dodge? Oh, this action's so bad. 75, but actually 65. So really a 33-ish% chance that I hit and dodge. So yeah, let's just run here. I could 2-turn that encounter for 5 stamina, but I'd rather run for 5 doom. That's worth less overall. Unless you want to gamble on 33%. Again, don't let it be said that there is not player expression, and we can heal here, so we might as well. That's free healing. But yeah, as we ramen our way out, it could have also grabbed extra experience. Would it have mattered 20 extra experience? No, not really, because I'm going to level up anyway, most likely. Yeah, I'm going to level up anyway, most likely. If I don't, sure, but either way, I shouldn't need this level up is what I'm trying to say. Also, I did forget my second encounter, but thankfully we don't have it, so just up the lighthouse I go. But yeah, without further ado, yeah, not much else to say. We're just going to sit here. Scissors was second. Yeah, I really don't remember what my second encounter would have been. I'm just going to say it's the teacher from Scissors, the quote-unquote mid-boss, or mid-enemy. It's not really a boss. I mean, it kind of can be, depending on how hard he hits, but anywho. We're just going to gamble here for the sake of handcuffs, just to make this faster for everyone. And off we go. So yeah, without further ado, I might as well just close out the video now. If you have anything to say, if you want to suggest anything, please let me know. Otherwise, if you want to say anything else, also let me know. If you want to support me, feel free to do so. I'm making a game myself, and I will see you later. Whenever things happen, things will happen on this channel. Bye! Thank you for watching!